Friendo, Steve here.
Hey, Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to on today's episode. I always got to make sure for the visual crowd, you just saw me zoom out a little bit. I try to make it so that our heads are like the same size.
Yeah, that's tough because what is it about cameras these days? I'm going to go to a bit. I'm sorry.
Good. Go ahead.
You know, we got these cameras. There's all sorts of technology. They got these motorized zoom lenses.
Yeah.
Problem is, I mean, assuming it's the same for you, maybe not. When I turn camera off, the lens resets. So I have to get my shot every time I turn the camera on. So it's never exactly the same.
So it's not that my zoom resets, it's my focus resets. And so I just have to catch focus every time. But the zoom, I'm always following you basically. I'm like, all right, where's his head? How is his head going? All that kind of stuff.
So I tried to use the hat here, this corner of the hat as my. Anyways, we're getting way off.
Oh yeah, especially on an episode on a day where it's like, hey, we have a limited amount of time, and we're already off course.
Here we are, going on tangents already.
On today's episode, Maximum Carnage. We're going to talk about AEW's Maximum Carnage, plus some new acquisitions for AEW and a departure from AEW. We're also going to talk about what you want us to talk about from the world of pro wrestling and the news. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Sounds like we were totally wrong about names moving from AEW to WWE or vice versa.
Hold up.
What?
I mean, that was the thing on Hot Takes this week, right? And we were like, the contracts, we're not sure about them lining up. I don't think we ever thought it wasn't a possibility. We just weren't aware of the contract. Like, I didn't know, for example, Will Hobbs was a free agent in early 2026.
As much as I love Hobbs, I wouldn't consider him like a major defection. This is a guy who, very smartly, so we'll just dive into it. Fightful Select's Sean Ross Sapp has learned that Will Hobbs' AEW contract is set to expire last night at midnight. So apparently it is done. It is expired.
Yeah. So if you're watching Collision and he's dropping the Trios Championships because that was set up on Dynamite, Hangman and Jet Speed against the Ops, well, now we know why, because that was filmed probably after Dynamite last night. And now you got Hangman and Jet Speed as your Trios champs because Hobbs, he's out of there seemingly. Unless
they find a different way to do it. I'm not going to claim spoilers here. You know, we don't know what's going to happen.
They could say, Hobbs, you're sitting this one out. Hook. Although I think Hook was written off. I don't know. Anyways, let's get into it, though. So apparently AEW and Hobbs were engaging in contract negotiations. And apparently AEW made Hobbs, this is how it's phrased from Fightful Select, a substantial offer to stay. However, it seems like he's going to go out and test the waters. Apparently, WWE has had interest in him for quite some time, going back to maybe when his first AEW contract expired. In a subsequent report from Fightful Select and WrestleVotes Radio, they made it seem like the plan was for Hobbs to go right to main roster, which is great. He should. And that there's no non-compete, of course, since his contract expired. He could show up as soon as tomorrow on SmackDown.
Yeah, this was when I first heard about this, I was very concerned. I was like, hey, that's great. He is maximizing his own value, going to a situation where he is happiest. I'll see him in 2029 when he lands on main roster because he's going to spend time in NXT. But is that the situation? I didn't read that particular part. I saw that WrestleVotes on Fightful had said that it's possible, like he could debut as early as, which would be a great Rick Rude. Like WWE should totally do that, right?
Yeah.
Debut him before his last AEW appearance.
Without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt.
They should totally do that. It's been a while since we've had, this wouldn't literally be a Rick Rude situation, but kind of, Rick Rude, he showed up on both shows at the same time, basically. I forget him. I think they tried to line it up so that like he would show up at the same moment.
The exact same on. This is from the second Fightful Select / WrestleVotes Radio report.
It's the update.
Says Sean Ross Sapp has heard that the pitch was for Hobbs to appear on the main roster.
Okay. All right. Hey, and that's the thing. When you build your brand up to a certain level, you can, have some leverage and say, I don't want to sit there in NXT twiddling my thumbs.
No.
I like
former
NXT. I think
champion?
NXT. Hey, I think NXT's great.
You say that.
I think it's wonderful.
Former TNT champion, current Trios champion until Saturday.
Also,
Powerhouse Hobbs.
one of the scariest moments that I've ever witnessed in pro wrestling was when he got the TNT title in that ladder match. And to do so, he had to be at the very top rung. And he was there with the title. And I was like, how is this guy going to get down? Because clearly bending the knee, like that's a tough gig. And I still don't exactly know. I think he just bent down. But I think they cut away before he actually started to get down the ladder.
Yeah, he was standing on the very top of the ladder. Yeah, because he had to. The speaking about Hobbs' TNT title win, that was kind of like a fulcrum point, and I feel like in his AEW career, where if they had booked that right, he could have went on to huge things in AEW. Unfortunately, they booked it wrong. They paired him with QT Marshall when he became TNT champion. We were there for his TNT championship win at a post-pay-per-view Dynamite here in Sacramento, where he defeated Wardlow with the help of QT Marshall, if memory serves.
And if memory serves.
And Hobbs is from Northern California. This crowd would have popped huge if a babyface Hobbs had won that title. Instead, they had him aligned with QT Marshall, and everybody's like, man, we're really happy for Hobbs, but this is a bad idea.
It was a qualified pop. It was a pop with an asterisk.
Yeah.
Because you and I, dude, you and I had seen a young Will Hobbs in Supreme Pro Wrestling. I think that was the same. Maybe it wasn't the same show. I remember it was the show we brought Devin to. Because I have video footage of it. I remember I was looking at some home movies, I don't know, a couple months ago, and I was like, holy shit, look at that. It's Will Hobbs.
Yeah.
He's really small right there. It was before he became a powerhouse. Yeah. And so, but yeah, we were like, he got the title. Why is QT out there?
Yeah.
Go away.
Yeah.
He doesn't need you.
No.
But then that's what they did anyways. So let's say he debuts on main roster. Where should he go? What should he do?
Well, there's two scenarios. Obviously, if WWE really wants to, make maximum impact, and Hobbs is on a plane to London right now to debut tomorrow on SmackDown, I think it's a bit nebulous, more so maybe in terms of how he would maybe debut. If it's on Raw, maybe member of the Vision.
Ooh, I like that.
Just immediately in the A story over on Raw. I think that'd be a
cool.
good idea.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. What about on Raw? Obafemi debuts, and he's interrupted by Will Hobbs. Immediately, two powerhouse dudes going at it, fresh to the brand. They can have like a 3-month feud, trade a couple of wins, some good old-fashioned 50-50 booking. Everybody comes out better.
Sure.
or nobody advances.
Yeah,
whatsoever.
either everybody comes out for the better or nobody benefits whatsoever.
How about Obafemi debuts and he introduces a new tag team partner and they put the tag division on notice?
There we go. Tried and true formula to get over.
God damn, maybe my wrestling opinions are mid.
This would seem to be Exhibit A. Trying to make that case.
I know, right? What the heck? Dude living rent-free in my head, Larson. Anyways, let's talk about movement the other way. Not to WWE, but to AEW from WWE adjacent TNA. We're talking about the Rascals.
Yeah.
They were backstage last night at AEW, and according to Sean Ross Sapp, once again, are officially signed to the company. This is one of those that fooled me as well because I didn't watch Dynamite till later, and the original report said the Rascals have debuted in AEW and have signed with the company. And I was like, oh shit! And then the entire episode of Dynamite I was waiting.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I watched Dynamite, the first half of Dynamite live.
Okay.
And I think it was during that first half where this report came out and it said the Rascals had debuted. I'm like, they did?
What?
What did I miss? And it was later on that I saw the very quick little vignette saying the Rascals are coming to AEW.
Oh my God, there was a vignette? I totally missed that. Oh,
yeah,
shit.
It was at the end of a commercial break.
Oh, man.
It was super quick. It was maybe 15 seconds.
I saw the very quick Bob Weir homage, so I was paying attention at that point.
Yeah.
But, I fast forward to so it happened at the end of a commercial break.
Yeah, coming back.
Leading into it.
Yeah.
It's going to be why. I probably thought it was an Ozempic commercial.
Not this time. So it's Zachary Wentz, Desmond Xavier, formerly Wesley in NXT, Myron Reed and Trey Miguel are all headed to AEW. This is awesome. Rascals are a great team.
Yeah, they're cool.
And I'm excited to see what they do with them in AEW.
Yeah, they're not just really good wrestlers, which they are, but as we've seen, especially in TNA, they bring a lot of character and fun. They're a little That 70s Show homage weed circle that they used to do in TNA. That kind of shit I think AEW could definitely use. They've done such a good job. I mentioned this before. They've done such a good job with their characters at bringing in people already with personalities, with chemistry, and are tremendous wrestlers. Nothing but a win for AEW here.
Absolutely.
I mean, the only thing is, there's 4 of them, so how is this going to sort out in terms of what their goals and ambitions and motivations were? I don't really know what they were doing in TNA because I don't watch that. Although I guess tonight we probably should.
Yeah, I guess we should at least pay attention to what's going on in TNA tonight. That's true. I don't know. Maybe if it's a situation where they're going to be in the tag division and they'll really freebird those titles, any 2 of the 4 members can defend it at any time, something like that. I honestly don't know. Given that Wes Lee had a great deal of success as a singles wrestler in NXT, maybe he'll kind of be the singles wrestler. Well, Trey Miguel as well in TNA. He was X Division champ. So I honestly don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Should be fun to see.
Yeah, definitely.
In any event, we've got a whole lot of what you guys want us to talk about from the world of pro wrestling. But first, we have a sponsor for the show this week, so let's go ahead and talk about them.
Let's do it. This episode of Going In Raw is sponsored by Tempo. Steve, I think after 30-some years of being friends, you would know me pretty well, yeah?
I'd like to think so.
And you know that I try to eat well, and this time of year, I'm trying to really refocus my efforts to make up for not eating well over the holidays, but I got to tell you, and I don't know why this is, it's been really hard this year. Maybe because my schedule has been pretty packed between work, family stuff, we did some traveling, but there have been far too many times where I have to say, see you later, meal plan, and just eat whatever to save myself some time.
Nah, I hear you on that one. I used to run to the nearest drive-thru or order takeout whenever I found myself in a time crunch, but now I reach for Tempo. Tempo offers fresh, chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals that are ready to eat in just 2 minutes, and they're delivered directly to my door.
And Tempo keeps things exciting with 20 new recipes every week, like chimichurri grilled chicken and smoky chipotle beef burrito bowls, and they're made from nutrient-rich ingredients so you can stay consistent with your healthy eating habits.
And no matter your goals, Tempo has a meal for you. You'll be happy to hear this, Larson. Tempo's protein-packed meals have up to 30 grams of protein. But Tempo also has carb-conscious and GLP-1 balanced meals.
For a limited time, Tempo is offering Going In Raw listeners 60% off their first box. Go to tempomeals.com/raw. That's tempomeals.com/raw for 60% off your first box. tempomeals.com/raw. Rules and restrictions may apply.
All right, man, it's my favorite time of the week when we turn it over to the friendos so they can go hunt down some news stories for us to then react to.
So we don't have to. That's the important caveat to put on.
Right. They do the work. We get paid. This is, of course, what do you want to talk about? First up from Lord Blake Whitehouse saying CM Punk saying he'll retire at the age of 50. Now, this comes to us this...
that's coming up soon, isn't it?
3 years from now, yeah. He's 47 now. I don't know when his birthday. I'm trying to remember. It's 2026. We're gonna be we're both gonna be turning 48 because we're virtually the same age. I think his birthday's in June. I'll
check on that while you read this quote.
All right,
it's October.
It's October, so I'm a little bit older than him.
About a month and change. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's gonna be 48 this year, which means. By the end of 2029 should be like the latest that we see CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? No, 2028. 2028,
yeah, that'd be right.
Yeah.
By the end of 2028. So we're talking two more years,
sense.
pretty much.
Yeah. Born in, yeah. So, anyways, we've got this this section of the Bleacher Report article about this. But this was from an interview with Mick Jost of CinemaBlend.com. And Punk gave some insight into when he plans on laying his boots there in the ring and having his own retirement tour. He said this: when I was 15, if you asked me if I'd be wrestling when I was 40, I would tell you, no, that's crazy. 40 is so old. I'm 47, and I don't feel old yet. Terry Funk wrestled for a long time. Ric Flair wrestled for a long time. I mean, there's luchadors that are like in their 70s that are still doing it. Do I want to be doing that? Probably not. I would estimate probably the big 5-0 is when I should maybe gracefully bow out. Knock on wood if nothing else horrible happens. The estimate right there, you know, hey, if he's still feeling good and if he's still making tons of money, if he's still super popular, you know, 3 years in WWE land, or 2 years or whatever.
2.5 roughly. Yeah, whatever.
2.5 is not that long a time. He's been back with the company since what, 23 or 24?
Yeah,
23, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, that's coming up on that's 3 years.
About 2.5, almost 2.5 years.
Yeah, I mean, it was in November. It was late 23.
You know, it's interesting because AJ, of course, he's winding down his career as he approaches 50. I think Randy Orton said he wants to wrestle till he's 50. John Cena approaching 50, like us. You know, while wrestlers of years past would often wrestle well into their 50s, sometimes 60s and 70s, it seems like wrestlers these days are aware 50 seems a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, in the case of Punk, you know, assuming he is still in the company's good graces by the time he retires, you know, he seems like he's angling to be involved in the creative side of things in some capacity, whether that's in NXT, main roster, maybe succeeding Shawn Michaels down there in NXT, whatever the case may be. So even if he's done as a full-time in-ring competitor, I would be surprised if he wasn't still involved somehow. And much like, especially like Shawn Michaels in NXT, still doesn't make an occasional appearance on television.
I don't know what the context is of this Cinema Blend interview in terms of like, does he have, I know because he still does a little bit of the acty stuff. And I you know, once he gets to that point where he's interested in hanging him up, he'll have some choices to make because, you know, he wasn't doing terribly in terms of the acting stuff. Like he was lining up gigs on a fairly regular basis. Was it on the same level as the Cena or Rock? No, but that's kind of rare, super rarefied air.
Yeah.
So, you know, and maybe he could do both. Maybe he would just choose to do one. I don't know. You know, he's going to have the guy, given that he was able to successfully, to this point, turn a bad situation in AEW around to a really good one in WWE, you got to think that he's going to have a lot of options his way in the next couple of years. So yeah, he put himself in a really good position here.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did. Next here from the Mooches says, LA Knight, yeah. Wrestling the most matches of anyone in WWE last year with like 64 matches. So that sounds like an estimate with like 64 matches, but yet like 64 matches is a very specific number. I'm not surprised by this. You know, he went 40 something and 0 against Solo Sikoa a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I think it was like
most of that on the house show circuit. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure they book him on the house shows because he's immensely popular. I feel like the constant work has shown in his improvement in ring over the last year and a half. Mm-hmm. And hopefully, as someone here at LA Knight in their mid-40s, I believe, going out there and being the workhorse of the company, it'll show WWE, you can rely on me. Put that World Heavyweight Championship around my waist.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, like, copy and paste everything you said, man. When that music hits, that crowd goes crazy.
Yeah.
According to Cage Match, it looks like it's actually 67 because he hasn't had a match yet this year. His last match, according to Cage Match, was a win. Was a loss to Logan Paul that was when they wrote him off, December 8th on Raw. So yeah, and that's 67 matches in 2025.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's damn good.
That's crazy that 67 now is tops in the company when 5 years ago it was 200.
Was it? I was gonna say like it was like 94, or I remember
Ambrose had a year I think where he wrestled 220 minutes.
What?
Yeah,
that's
they were on the road 5 days a week. They
were on the road for a very long time, and it wasn't that long ago. Yeah,
no,
didn't Baron Corbin have this at one point? I swear Baron had one.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think Baron did
a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you said, not really surprising. The guy's super popular. You know, you're gonna get with him. So yeah, good on him. Hopefully he gets rewarded with that.
Yeah.
Rewarded.
This next one's interesting. I watched the clip from it. It says here from True World Order, Conrad alleging the Jeff Jarrett retirement storyline was dropped because Brian Alvarez hated it.
All right, I'm glad you got the scoop on this. So go ahead, let us know.
So it's from Double J's podcast, where they're talking about specifically the context is Brian Alvarez being critical of Austin Theory. And Conrad uses that as a segue to talk about how he is certain that the Jeff Jarrett retirement storyline from last year, you know, the thing involving MJF, him going after the title one more time, so on and so forth, was dropped because Brian Alvarez was so effusive in his disdain for it.
Wow.
And then it leads to a broader conversation about how, you know, by some in the wrestling community, Meltzer, I guess to a certain extent, maybe too, Alvarez are seen as kind of the tastemakers, you know, because of the match ratings, so on and so forth.
I've got this competition in me. I don't like that. I want it to be Steve and Larson as the tastemakers, Larson.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you that Dave has, about a 30-year head start on us, so.
Aren't we like around the same age as Alvarez, though?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but then he had Dave's platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. Maybe there's some truth that'd be kind of surprising to me. I think the angle was dropped because it sucked.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
I mean,
it wasn't.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I wonder. Does Conrad have like? Did you get any idea that there was some amount of insider info here on this? Like Tony Khan was listening. I'm sure we know that Tony Khan listens to all the Meltzer stuff.
You know, he at one point he says, and I'm paraphrasing because I didn't transcribe what he actually said. Something like, he says something along the lines. Again, this is paraphrasing. I think this is what happened, and then he goes further and says, in fact, I know that's what happened. So that could be, all right, I have inside info, or my intuition is so strong.
I think it's that. I think somebody told him something.
Again, that's paraphrasing. It might not be the exact wording, but that's the general gist.
That's the gist that you got. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Interesting. Again, you know, more evidence. We got to step up our game. You know, I mean, the thing is, we're very selective. Like every week on social media, I see a new thing that Alvarez is, you know, just, effusive about, you know, just ranting and raving about. Usually it's NXT. We took the easy way out of that one.
Yeah, we just stopped watching it.
We just stopped watching it. So yeah, I don't know. We're not really we're very selective with what we rant and rave about.
Yeah, I guess the hope is that when we really rant about things, it's things that matter more than just wrestling storylines.
Yeah,
you know?
Right. Yeah.
I think that we might kind of be critical of wrestling storylines and find, you know, things that work and don't and so on and so forth. But I don't know if we spend a whole lot of time ranting and raving about wrestling storylines, because at the end of the day, they're wrestling storylines.
Well, also on top of that, and I know we were really critical of the Jeff Jarrett thing.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
It's more fun for me and you, I think, to crack wise about it, to make fun of it. That's a lot more fun. It's a lot more interesting, and I think it's a lot more entertaining.
Yeah.
But I definitely understand, the philosophy, because, there have been people who, they act like, what was that dude's name? Jim Cramer on CNBC or whatever it was, who would be just like up in arms about, the stock market. Well, this is like the wrestling storylines, and people, oh God, this is
that dude acted like he's about to have a coronary every time he was doing his show,
slamming his buttons and shit.
Yeah,
that's what we need more. And maybe that'll work. Maybe that'll make us more tastemakers if we have buttons.
If you have something that's looks like a mad scientist laboratory with a bunch of buttons everywhere.
I just need to add some buttons to this. Not anybody would notice because it's already
dummy
inundated.
button. They still make dummy buttons, and you can find them.
I was telling Lacey, I don't like all the white area back here. I'm thinking of painting that, like the door.
Oh, you don't like door?
The color of it.
Okay, well, what is it going to be then?
It's too plain. I don't know, like a teal, maybe. I want to I want to slowly integrate like the graphics here.
Well, yeah, do that.
Infuse them into the room
to get like a Zubaz print.
Yeah,
but a teal door. It might your like the viewer's eye just might go.
Well, it'll just be this side of it.
Yeah, it might be distracting for a little bit.
Maybe. Anyways, you want to talk about Maximum Carnage? Actually, You know what? Fuck that. First, let's talk about this. Friendo Club, baby. That's right. We've got the next Predictions Challenge coming up.
Yeah.
Next weekend. Next weekend.
Saturday night's main event. Weekend after that's the Rumble. And of course, not only is this kickoff 2026 Predictions Challenges, it also kicks off Ultimo Friendo Tournament of Champions.
We need to get on making sure that people are fucking, alerted to this, because I want.
Well, that's why I'm mentioning it now, because that's what we got to do. Is just mention it. So,
well, I want outreach too.
Yeah, I know, but what's on the line? It's the title of Ultimo Friendo, but also Steve's Roman Reigns title. That's the prize for the Ultimo Friendo Tournament of Champions.
It's over there.
And like if you're a former winner and you're still listening to the show, you don't have to do anything extra. This is going to go concurrently. Hold on, this is going to go concurrently. Sorry, if you don't have the Friendo Club set up, you got to get that back again. That's the only thing you got to do.
So we are making that a thing?
I suppose we should have discussed that in advance.
Yeah, that's one thing I meant to bring up with you and I forgot, but it's okay. Look, let's just talk about this for now. The Friendo Predictions Challenge, it starts new this month, this year. If you haven't done it yet, really easy. It's really fun to do. You click on the thing above Larson's head, it's a QR code, or you just click join right here at youtube.com/Steven Larson to get a membership. The one that above Larson's head sends you to the Patreon, patreon.com/Steven Larson. If you want in on the Predictions Challenge for the month of January, we got a couple prizes that I have yet to design, but I need to do that very soon. And so you get access to that. The bonus episodes, we've got to do a couple more of those to catch up, but we've got a bank of them as well. And, of course, the question threads for the shows, which we do for all the recaps, like we will do at the end of this one right here. And, yes, if you're a former champion and no longer have the Friendo Club set up, we are going to reach out to you anyways, because I kind of feel like they should be allowed to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll figure that out.
We'll figure that out. I mean, right now, yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Because if they don't have it, then they need to submit their picks somehow.
Right. Exactly.
But as far as scoring, it's going to go concurrently with all the other predictions challenges. I just have to make another spreadsheet to keep track of the 24, 25 names.
Right. Yeah.
That are in the Tournament Champions.
Because I feel like it's going to be a much smaller field for the Tournament of Champions.
Yeah,
so
24,
managing
25
it by
names at most.
Managing it by email should be fine enough in terms of sending them out the links and stuff. So that's the only thing. It's just getting them all on board.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Any other business we need to cover? Before we talk about Maximum Carnage.
We got merch over at friendoshop.com. Use code Friendo2026. Get 20% off.
Yeah.
All right, now Maximum Carnage.
When they do these special themed episodes, they're usually wrestling heavy, which I like. But I also did like the bit following Hangman's match against Brian Keith. So to start the show, Samoa Joe puts a bounty on Hangman, says, "I can't have you in the way of me trying to get the title back. I need you out of the world title picture." So I put a bounty out, Brian Keith being the bounty hunter. said, I'll take care of this. He doesn't. Hangman beats him.
Yeah.
With the help of Swerve. So afterwards, they have a bit of a promo bit in the ring where, they send a message to MJF. We're both coming after the championship. This brings out Kenny Omega. And I didn't expect Kenny's presence to change up the dynamic as much as it did, because Hangman seemed just pleased to no end that Kenny was in the ring and back. He could not get the smile off his face. On the opposite side of that, Swerve could not get the scowl off his face.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't, and it felt like it's not just there's another challenger around to contend for the title. There's somebody there potentially to upset the dynamic now between Swerve and Hangman. We saw it play out a little bit later where Swerve walks up to Jet Speed during interviews like, you guys are great. Speedball, we're going to tear it up someday in AEW. Kevin Knight, you're the future of this business. He leaves. Before Renee can get like a follow-up question out, Hangman walks up and says, hey, you may have lost your tag title opportunity, but guess what? We're going to contend for the trios titles on Collision this week. I just made the match, he says.
Yeah, I just did it. I just did it now.
I just did it. So it's an interesting dynamic now where, it seems like bringing Kenny into the situation could potentially stir up some stuff between Swerve and Hangman.
Well, Swerve and Hangman's alliance, although it looks like it's written in stone, it's got to be on tenuous ground. They're both aiming after the same thing, the world title. And they have, the respect because of their history. And they're both, right now their values are aligned. But I love this too. And I was like, oh boy, where is this going to go? And it's what we talked about on the upcoming episode on Saturday.
Yeah.
For a count out, top 10 things AEW needs to do in 2026. And yeah, that's exactly what it is. My only wish was that it was preceded in the weeks before this by a little bit more of an indication as to what that alliance between Hangman and Swerve, because it's all sort of based on insinuation at this point. And it would have been nice if we had a couple more backstage, interactions between them, so we get a little bit more info on what kind of ground they're on. Mm-hmm. That being said, I do appreciate that when they don't need to spell it out, but it's pro wrestling, and sometimes that a little dash of that soap opera shit is kind of nice, because then it amplifies when we get a subtle moment like last night where Hangman says his piece, hey, Kenny, it's great for you to be here. And then he leaves completely unaware that his new best friend Swerve is not happy that his old best friend Kenny is getting back in the picture, like you said, upsetting that balance. And so I love that bit. I thought it was awesome, and I'm really looking forward to seeing like a Swerve Kenny rivalry, two faces going at it, but very different characters.
Yeah.
I think that could be really fun stuff.
I think it could be too. And we were talking on Count Out for this Saturday about what MJF could do to really up the ante in terms of him being a huge heel in 2026. Leading into possibly All in London end of August. So he defended the AEW title against Bandito in a really good match. And afterwards, he drops a promo putting Bandito over. He says, people said that you're going to be world champ someday, and I laughed, but after wrestling you, they're right. Which, as much as it pains me to do it, you're going to be world champ one day in AEW, which unfortunately means I have to do this. So he takes the AEW title, blasts Bandito with it, hits some ground and pound, and he's about to rip off his mask when Brody King rushes in to make the save. And while this isn't necessarily new territory for MJF, I did like the wrinkle where he's like, I'm going to put you over, and because you're so good, that is why I have to take you out.
Yeah.
So you are not a challenger to this. And I thought that was actually pretty well done. They didn't belabor the point. I thought it was pretty good.
Before MJF left, he had said, when I come back, I'm going to be a much more vicious version of myself. And that's what he needs to be. And I think that's what we've seen so far. Less of the talky, more of the action, more of understanding that there's a giant target on you. and as a good heel, doing whatever you can to just take everybody out that might pose a threat now or later to you. And yeah, all the, like I said on this coming Saturday, he's got to do some real dastardly shit so that if we get around to him still being champion come August 30th and a certain, huge British babyface comes back, when he takes the title, it's going to be a real euphoric moment. Like, God, this guy I can't stand this guy because he's just such a piece of shit wearing this title. That's going to make that moment even better.
Yep. Well, let's jump right into it. Let's talk about MJF defending the title against Bandito. It was our main event. Really good match. There's this bit where MJF rolled out of the ring and jumps over the barricade thinking, safe. Bandito goes up on the top turnbuckle and leaps and jumps over the barricade and takes out MJF with a crossbody. That was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Throughout, MJF was working over Bandito's arm, the one that Hechicero a few months back injured. So at one point, Bandito hits a 21 plex, but he can't cover. He can't do the bridge because of his arm. He eventually does cover. MJF kicks out and locks on Salt of the Earth immediately. So while Bandito's reaching for the ropes, MJF pulls him back to the middle of the ring and puts on a label lock. And I love that Bryan Danielson was super putting that over.
Yeah, it's the yes lock. He just put on the yes lock.
Yeah. And so Bandito passes out. And that's afterwards. MJF, when he dropped the promo saying, "You're going to be champ one day, which is why I got to take you out," proceeds to do so. As mentioned, Brody King makes the save. So you got to think we're going to get MJF versus Brody King coming up here pretty soon at some point.
Yeah, which will be good. We've already talked about this a little bit. Joe put a bounty on Hangman's head. The bounty hunter, Brian Keith, took him up on that. Page ended up getting the win with a buckshot. Swerve comes in. Swerve had helped stave off Big Bill. Mm-hmm. And so afterwards, Hangman gets in. He says, "Brian, you go and try to collect the bounty now, dumbass. Samoa Joe isn't man enough to fight me himself, so he hires Brian Keith. Joe, I'm going to take everything from you." So Swerve gets on the mic. He says, "And I got a message for MJF. If you manage to retain that AEW title tonight, it means you really lost. We are coming after you relentlessly. Since this is 2026 now, I've got a New Year's resolution. It's been a while since I've had that title around my waist, so it's the year we get back to the top of the mountain and makes this whose house? Swerve's house."
Swerve's house.
That brings out Kenneth Omega.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I had my own time for what I had to say, but I figured why not come out now when three of the greatest challengers for the AEW title are standing in the ring right now. It feels like all three of us in this ring have something to prove. And the thing I have to prove is that when you all called me the god of pro wrestling is that it meant something. And if you still believe, then I still believe, babyface Kenny stuff, then I still believe. He says, "I understand that winning a belt, you can't just be an EVP and snap your fingers and make it happen. I have to win a couple matches first. And whether it be friend or foe, I'm going for that belt." So Paige says, "Kenny, it looks like there are three of us that want that title. And this is not a team effort. So if we cross paths on the way to the title, may the best man win." And Hangman just seems so happy to see Kenny. They shake hands. Paige leaves the ring. Swerve gets into Kenny's face, just glares at him, then leaves. Kenny's about to say more, but then
Brown note.
The Don Callis family brown note hits. Callis walks out and basically sets up a match between him and Josh Alexander for next week. Kenny had wanted it tonight, but Callis said, no. Daddy gets what he wants around here. So he sets that up for next week. And then Kenny does his big goodbye.
Yep. We had a 6-woman tag match with Statlander teaming up with the Babes of Wrath to take on the Triangle of Madness. And Statlander put herself in harm's way to save Willow and ended up costing her the match and probably earning Tekla an AEW Women's title shot. So Willow's looking for a Dr. Bomb on Tekla. Instead, she escapes that, sets up for a spear. So Statlander pushes Willow out of the way and eats it. And then Tekla follows with a stomp on Statlander to get the win. It was a fun match. I don't put a whole lot of hope in the idea of Tekla beating Statlander because I think Statlander's going to have that title for a while, but it's going to be a hell of a match.
Yeah.
And again, it's a situation where, just a moment in a match really speaks to the dynamics between the two characters, and I hope that's something they continue to explore.
Yeah.
Where Statlander, Willow just reunited. Statlander, took that spear for Willow, but how is that going to maybe change their dynamic a little bit now that Statlander is probably going to have to face Tekla for that title?
Willis should be like, I didn't ask you to push me out of the way. That was your decision, not mine. So good luck with all that.
Yeah.
Darby had his rematch against Pac. More ill-advised shenanigans from Darby Allin.
Dude, that German suplex spot on the stairs.
Oh, the belly to belly. Yeah, I know. It was horrible.
Oh, the belly to back.
Horrible.
Yeah, sorry.
It was horrible.
Gosh, darn.
Look, and here's the thing, man, because they replayed it a couple times. And you can see Darby and Pac, and Darby's in control because he's the one who's facing, obviously Pac is between him and the ladder, but he can see where to go. And he does land in a way where his feet hit the top of the stairs and his back, this looked horrible. Like, I don't care if he measured it perfectly. Stop doing this shit, man.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the idea is as long as your head doesn't hit the stairs and your feet hit first to take some of the impact.
I guess, man. I guess.
I think that's like the thought process, but it still looks awful and it sounds awful.
I'm gonna be that old man and be like, dude, you don't need to do this. But it was a terrific visual.
Yeah.
The crowd reacted to the way they should react.
Yeah.
But there was a ton of these great moments in this match, or a ton of these moments. Darby just does this shit where I'm like, how?
I know.
And we've talked about this, man. He's a human being. I know he doesn't seem like it. It's like you start to take it for granted as a viewer.
Yeah.
But goddamn, man, even the shit that he does, when he comes off when he does all these stuff on the apron. Mm-hmm. Everybody does on the apron as well. It's like, oh god, but
it's all going to add up, and at some point,
he's a professional. I guess.
So before the match, Pac tells the rest of the Death Riders, "Stay back. I need to do this myself." And they're like, "Yeah, cool." Well, later on, he's in a Scorpion Deathlock and starts waving towards the back. So the ref is out. We had a ref bump that preceded that. So he's there tapping after waving out for the Death Riders to come out. Yuta comes to the ring with a chair. Darby takes him out, hits a Scorpion Death Drop on Pac, wraps the chair around his ankle. They're really hyping up Pac's ankle injury from, I assume, the 1 years ago where he broke his ankle against Chris Jericho.
Yeah, they did a great spot in this where it was really towing the perfect line between oh shit, did he just fuck up his ankle? And then Darby immediately targets it, so know, oh no, as a performer, he's fine. He's just doing a killer job selling it.
Yeah. So after wrapping the chair around Pac's ankle, Darby hits a coffin drop onto the chair and then puts Pac in the Scorpion Deathlock. And Pac has to tap as the ref comes to. So Darby has now beat every member of the Death Riders.
I love that. I love when a babyface ain't gonna take shit. Turns the table, fucking Pillmanizes the guy with the coffin drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I was really curious because we know Mox last night.
He was amongst the group of Death Riders who Pac told to stay backstage.
Oh shit, he was. Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm kind of curious how that's going to play out.
Yeah. So we had a tornado tag match to determine new number one contenders for the tag titles. It was the debuting as a team in a match, Mark Davis and Jake Doyle.
Jake Doyle's a great name for Jake something.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's probably his actual name.
It's probably just his actual name.
Probably.
But, it's like the French Connection.
Yeah. Jet Speed, Gates of Agony, and the Young Bucks in this four-way tornado tag match. Fun bout. We had Jack Perry show up to take out Ricochet, who was on commentary. I thought Jet Speed were shoo-in to win this match. And yet it was Davis and Doyle who came out on top after Mark Davis hits Kevin Knight with a pile driver. Preceding that, Jake Doyle catches Speedball trying to do a Rana and then power bombs him on everybody else who was out on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Fun match. Yeah. Doyle and Davis look really good as a tag team, like a powerhouse tag team. They look great.
Man. That's going to be a hard hitting. That's going to be a really fun match, the FTR and them.
So FTR comes out. Stokely's still in the wheelchair. FTR makes their way into the ring. And it's like they just come to the ring expecting to stare down, hold up the titles. And then Davis and Doyle just punch him right in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Brawl breaks out. Rest security come out, try to break it up. So we talked about this bit earlier. Later on, Renee's interviewing Jet Speed. She pretty much says, you two have had a terrible 2026 so far. How you turn this around? That's when Swerve walks in. Says, I love you guys.
I love you.
Speedball. We're going to tear it up here at AEW. It's going to be fireworks. Kevin, when I was world champion, you were one of the names I brought to Tony Khan's office. You're the future of this business. Your time is coming. So he leaves. As Renee's asking the follow-up, Hangman shows up, says, you guys may have lost a shot challenging for the tag titles, but not for the trios titles. I told Joe I was going to take everything from him. I took Hook from him, and this Saturday, I take the trios titles from him. Hangman, Jet Speed versus the Ops this Saturday. And Speedball's like, is this for real? And Paige says, yeah, I just made the match.
If you're Swerve, how you feeling right now? You walk away, you hear Hangman's voice, you turn back, you see this go down.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
And I did like that they showed a replay from a match in August where Hangman was in a trios match with Jet Speed. It's a small thing, but it's not like Hangman's coming in just to swoop, steal some of Swerve's thunder, which I'm sure is part of the motivation here. But at least they've teamed together before.
Yeah, if you're Swerve, you're like, wait a second. All we need is a third guy. You couldn't have approached me about this?
Exactly.
Elsewhere in Dynamite, we had a very quick Brody King match with John Cruz. So we had Brody being interviewed, and he says, if Bandito wins the title tonight, I'd like to step in the ring with him with the AEW World Champion and take my shot. Mm-hmm. John Cruz walks up. He's like, hey, don't. He says, you need to tell Bandito not to hit me or suplex me again. And Brody says, yeah, I will, because now it's your turn. And or he says, now it's my turn.
Yeah.
He says, yeah, we got a standby match tonight. It's against me. And so then after the break, Brody defeats Cruz quickly with his finish. And then Brody grabs a mic, says, Bandito, tonight in the main event, I want you to beat MJF's ass from pillar to post. And after tonight, it'll be an honor to step in the ring with the new AEW champion. We also had a Sky Flight promo. Sky Flight holiday. Darius says Collision's looking like a big night for us because we've got two matches, Marina versus Zeta. Zeta's like, you know what? I like to bully the bullies. And Dante says, we got a history with the Callis family. We know how they move. Josh Alexander isn't ready for us. Sky says, everybody's focused on what's next when they're not ready for the now.
He does
And lights go out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this group is kind of all over the map. Because there was a lot of different cliches being used here. And I feel like none of them really relate to the actual group.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like...
It's going to be loss.
Yeah, probably. What unites them is a theme of their names. Mm-hmm. Or at least for Top Flight and Scorpio Sky.
Yeah, Sky Flight.
But in terms of their identity as a faction, I don't know what that is yet.
This is not... What's the group that used to come out like in captain's attire? Like pilots?
That was Top Flight.
That was Top Flight?
For a while, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Where Layla Gray had kind of like the
flight
attendant gear on?
Yeah.
Okay. That was Top Flight, yeah.
I feel like they should do more of that.
I kind of feel the opposite. They need to stop taking it so literally.
Okay. They think go walk around the crowd and hand out the little wings like they do for kids?
That's making it more literal in terms
right.
of
No, I'm just running with mine.
Their team
no,
name.
I don't like yours. We're going with mine. They hand out the little wings.
No, I got it.
Yeah.
This is what they do.
Okay.
So at Nike basketball, they have the Air Force line. They also have the flight line.
Yeah.
And in the 80s, they had those great nylon jumpsuits with the flight logo embroidered on back.
Yeah.
Get them in some old Nike Air Flight 89s.
Yeah.
And some of those jumpsuits.
How about this? So I like where you're going, but the thing is, you want to be careful because Nike, they're probably litigious. They're probably like, we don't want you guys infringing on our trademarks. You're already calling yourself Skyflight. They no doubt want to sell Skyflight stuff. So you just do the bootleg deal. It's
go to the swap meet. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Get some knockoffs. It's and the Nike lawyer would be like, you can wear an Air Flight, man. You're not supposed to. No, it's Skyflight.
These are Skyflights.
These are Skyflights.
See?
You can get them right now. $37 parking lot.
There you go.
Do
All
that.
right, see, we did it. Collaboration. Bouncing ideas back and forth.
I like my idea better, to be honest with you.
Fine. Also,
do some vignettes where they're learning how to fly. They're like, for us to truly understand what it is to be Skyflight,
Will they start with like Microsoft Flight Simulator?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
And then finally here, got the really short Rascals vignette. They're coming to AEW.
So describe vignette, please.
So it was, like their presentation is all very bright color. The vaults, the greens, the purples.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's kind of what it is. It was a logo that was kind of slightly animated with a green background. And then it just said, the Rascals are coming to AEW.
Yeah, they should have embraced. They're going to go back to the weed thing. Oh,
I mean, there's nothing in that promo that seemed to indicate whether the weed aspect of their characters was going to be part of it or not.
They should come out to the Afro Man song. Because I got high.
All right.
That'd be good. Do that. And they're like, Skyflight versus the weed guys.
Yeah.
Who can get higher. Oh, my God. That writes itself right there.
Yeah, I guess so.
There's a story for you.
Yeah.
They give him the little wings, and then they hand him a J in response.
You're so hung up on the wings.
They're like, let's go to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Anyways, would you like to answer some questions?
Let's answer some questions, yeah.
We got a lot of... Oh, this is a good one. Joe the Meme Maker says, who is the Jake Doyle and who is the Mark Davis of your podcast duo? They're two alike. It's like two Steves or two Larsons.
They're both super intense. They're both like thick.
I mean, I guess in that respect, it's two Steves. Is that what you're saying? You call me a fat piece of shit?
I'm not trying to make any judgments here. They're just like both huge, intense dudes.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very
I'm not
similar.
that intense.
No. Am I? I'm not.
If you're passionate about something, you could be intense about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But not like screaming intense, but super into it.
Yeah, like I'm not going to punch anybody over a Star Trek opinion.
No.
No.
Alex Foster here says, would you guys ever consider doing a sequel to creating the worst Royal Rumble? I don't know how to be better than the first one.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, because then we did creating the worst elimination chamber,
and it just wasn't as good as the first one.
Didn't do as well.
Once I said George Mazan, I can't do anything better than that.
Yeah, you can't do a sequel to George Mazanin.
No.
At that point, it's just let's just try to find offensive names. Do you want to blind power rank something?
Sure.
There's actually at least three really good blind power ranks here. We'll start with this one because I love this. I think we'll get a kick out of it. 8. This comes to us from Obafemi18. Darula 18. Says, rank these fictional workplaces where you would prefer to work.
All right, that's good.
Number 1, Waystar Royco.
Oh, God.
From Succession. Specifically, I'm going to add this. Specifically, the news division on election night.
It's not high on the list, but there could possibly be even worse. So I got it at, oh, man, there could be a lot worse. As bad as it seems. I'll put it at 5.
Okay. All right. It's still pretty low.
So I think I'd rather work there than at Lumen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, next up. You've never seen this, but it's easy to describe. It's from Breaking Bad, Los Pollos Hermanos.
Oh, which is the restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically like El Pollo Loco.
Yeah.
Fast food.
4.
Because it's fast food is stressful, but if you get fired, it's not a big deal. Waco,
Yeah.
Waystar Royco is probably worse.
Yeah, just that I'm not familiar with it. It doesn't seem that bad, so I'll put it at 4.
Have you watched The Studio on Apple TV?
Mm-mm.
All right. Continental Studios, which is it's a movie studio, but everybody there is portrayed as a shark and backstabbing and politicking and fake.
Yeah. I guess it would kind of depend on one's job within the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, a lower level employee, probably not much fun to work there.
Yeah.
Even as a higher level employee, probably not much fun, but at least you get paid more.
I think a higher level, a lower producer.
Yeah.
The lower studio exec.
Just because, gosh. What is it called? Continental?
Continental.
I'll put it 6 just because I don't know.
All right. The Springfield Power Plant from The Simpsons.
I mean, no one really seems to do a whole lot of work there.
Yeah, it also, your lifespan would not be that great.
No, probably.
I know a guy who's like made his round around the like nuclear stuff, and his skin's a little, yeah.
I mean, they got the 3-eyed fish there in Springfield.
Yeah, dude.
From all the
it seems leaky as hell.
It does.
Mr. Burns is your boss.
Yeah, that doesn't seem fun. But there's got to be worse.
Like, I feel like you would end up as a Frank Grimes.
Yeah, maybe. Like 3 seems too high, but like 7 and 8, I want to leave available for something worse. Because there's going to be worse. So I guess I got to put it at 3.
Okay. Power plant at 3. Interesting.
Not that I not necessarily want to work there, but.
Next up, I feel like this would suit you perfect. Dunder Mifflin.
I mean, it just seems like an average run-of-the-mill workplace.
It's a normal office job.
It's got to deal with some interesting personalities on an occasion.
Probably get health benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put that at 1.
Probably be nice to work there, to be honest with you.
Steady job, a secure job, probably get some decent benefits.
This next one would be my personal number 1. I would have wild fun here. Sterling Cooper for Mad Men.
You know, so long as no one's running a lawnmower through there.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem too bad. I'll put that at 2.
Okay. Next up, you called it earlier, Lumen from Severance.
7, I guess.
There, you think there could be something worse than
Yeah, there might be something worse than. There probably is something worse than Lumen.
Well, the
Not
last
that it's
one,
next, but there could be.
The last one, I think you biffed it, to be honest with you, because this last one goes in at number 8, I guess.
Yeah.
The Righteous Gemstones, Gemstone Ministries.
Oh, that seems like a real shit show.
Oh, come on. That would be fun. That would be fun to work there.
All right, very well.
Being Severance seems like the worst. Like, working there means that is literally your life.
Yeah. All right, Steve, you want to blind power rank these 7 candy bars?
Sure. Who is this coming to us from?
This is from the Scots.
Okay, go ahead.
First up, your standard Hershey's milk chocolate bar.
6.
Next up, these were really popular for a while, but you don't hear as much about them these days. It's the Butterfinger.
Oh, I like Butterfinger. It gets stuck in my teethy.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like getting shit stuck in my teethers. But I do love the taste of Butterfinger. I'll put that at number 4.
All right. Next up, Milky Way.
Oh, I love Milky Way, man. Oof. I'll be honest. That's kind of an easy number 1 for me.
Oh, really?
I do. Just straight up like the chocolate, nougat, and caramel.
Yeah.
Those say, oh, yeah, I love that shit. Milky Way is number 1.
All right. This next one is a really quality contender for number 1, too, and that's Twix.
I like Twix, not as much as I like the Milky Way. So
it's too much crunch in the Twix for you. You want all soft on the inside, huh?
Yeah. I need a future proof against crunchy stuff when my teeth come out. I like Twix though. Twix is good. I'll put Twix number 3 just because it doesn't get stuck in my teeth.
Next up, I prefer the alternative. Same ingredients, but much better. The Baby Ruth, but this is Snickers.
I love Snickers. I think it's great. Because it's like Milky Way, but you got the nuts in there.
Yeah, you got the peanuts in there. That's really the only difference.
Boy, oh boy, I don't know what else you're gonna have on this list. Honestly, though, like right now, 1 through 4. If I put Snickers at number 2, I'm trying to think of something else. Like I don't know if they would qualify M&Ms as a candy bar. You can take this with a grain of salt. Knowing how much you love Snickers. Oh, really?
2 is probably a good spot for it.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say...
I could be trying to fuck with you, but you don't know that.
You could be. I'll feel stupid if the Three Musketeers is on here, because I love Three Musketeers. What's next?
Oh, all right. Next to Three Musketeers.
Damn it, that should have been number 2. That should have been number 2. I love that.
That's interesting.
Soft nougat.
That You have Snickers. You take
Yeah.
the peanuts away, it's a Milky Way.
Yeah, right.
You take the caramel out of a Milky Way, and it's Three Musketeers.
Yeah, dude, I love those Three Musketeers. Chocolate, caramel, nougat. I love it all, man.
All right, where'd you put that one?
I had to put it at number 5.
All right, what spot do you have left?
7.
Almond Joy is the last one.
Yeah, fuck Almond Joy. It's disgusting.
No, I like Almond Joys. Those are good.
Get out of here, Almond Joy.
No, those are
I probably would have put a regular Hershey bar under Almond Joy if I'm being honest about things. But I think otherwise, Snickers and Three Musketeers, like that top 5 right there, that top 5, it could kind of be anything. I could do any of those.
All right, the whole effing Joe here says, my wife and I finally watched Severance. Who is your favorite character and why is it Dylan?
I love them all for different reasons. I really do. I mean, honestly, my favorite character in terms of like I get the most entertainment value is Milchick.
Yeah.
The dude who plays him does such a good job.
So good.
He is so good. And I like
so
that I
good.
wasn't aware of that actor before Severance. That helps so often. You know, honestly, there should be a rule in Hollywood. An actor gets to portray a role once, and that's all you get. Then you got to move on to a day job. Because when you have somebody who you've never seen before and they just knock it out of the park, it's a joy. It really is.
It is. It is. Yeah, agreed in terms of who provides the most entertainment value on the show.
And he's so complex.
Exactly.
You know?
And it's not just like his character is put in situations that, like, how many times is he put in a situation where you think one thing's going to happen and something completely different happens, like that bit with the marching band coming in?
I did not see him dancing that way. Yeah.
And it's great. And no matter the situation, even if something comedic like that, his performance maintains that level of complexity in the serious that he has in the serious scenes. That's why it's so brilliant. Milchick might be my favorite character overall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because regardless if it's supposed to be a tense scene or a more lighthearted scene, the complexity is always there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gosh,
no,
he's so
it
good.
is. He's so good. He's so good. Yeah. Devour feculence.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's so good.
Great line.
Great reading.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. Jesse Helsey says somebody created a Stephen Larson pinball machine. What classic sound bites should they use to indicate a high score? Like, oh man, or there it is.
There it is.
I'd like to think that at this point, when I'm surprised by something, I go, what? That's in there.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there it is good.
There it is.
There it is.
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
You
make a mistake.
I'll be honest with you. Yeah, it goes into the whole. I'll be honest with you.
What?
What has to be when you when you launch it.
Yeah.
What?
All right, you want to do one more blind power ranking?
Yeah.
For you, if you want to do another question, another one, that's cool too for me. Whatever.
Yeah.
But for you. This one is 6 fast food items based on how easy it'd be to finish right now. This is from Sebastian Garcia. 6.
Right in
so
this
how
moment.
easy you'd be able to finish these at this moment.
Okay, great. Kind of
First here, sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle. Could
How
you
easy it'd be to
devour the
finish?
whole thing right now? Yeah, you have to eat the whole thing.
Number 1.
All right.
Because they're not that big.
No, they're not.
I might feel like shit afterwards, but god damn it, going down. Oh, it's
so
like
good.
orgasmic.
I lost it. There it is. Next up, 20-piece chicken McNuggets.
Like a 4. 20's a lot. It's like I ate 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ate 2.5 hours ago. 20's too much. I'm gonna say number 4.
Even that's not even that low.
Well, there's 6 of them.
I'm aware. I also know what else is on here. Next here, just a plain Whopper. Standard, run-of-the-mill Whopper.
A whole ass burger right now?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's a lot. I'm gonna go number.
Which seems less than 20 nuggets, though.
Yeah, but nuggets go by really quick. I'm gonna put that at number 5.
All right. Next, the Red Bun Whopper.
I gotta deal with like the added spice, I guess. But I never even knew what the fucking
Yeah,
number
what it tastes like.
number. I'm screwing myself right now, but I gotta go to 6 on that one.
So what do you have left?
2 and 3.
Next up, a quadruple baconator.
Fuck! Ah, shit. Number 3.
All right, number 2 is a 12-piece KFC.
Sorry, a quadruple?
Yeah, it's four.
Please.
It'd be 4 patties. Yeah.
That's a thing? No, I don't
so.
believe that for a second. Hold on a
Well,
second.
baconator, that's
real
Wendy's,
thing.
right?
Quadruple baconator. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's off menu.
Oh, currently. Okay. So you put that at 3, right?
So it's a secret menu item.
Ah.
That's just, you can't be throwing customs in there. Yeah, it's 3.
Number 2 is 12-piece KFC family bucket.
All right, fine. I clearly biffed it. Because ain't no way I'm finishing 3 of those. Jesus. Yeah. You got me on that one. Anyways, that's going to do it for the show today. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, I think in the afternoon.
Yeah.
For Smack. We'll probably film it because the spoiler situation with it being an early show, I don't know. So we'll be back tomorrow with our SmackDown review. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. Till next time, we'll see you guys around.
Goodbye.